What unique challenges can surface for couples where one or both of those partners have ADHD?
I think, like many of the things that happen for couples impacted by ADHD, the issues are exacerbated by misunderstandings about what ADHD does in a relationship and doesn't do, how the symptoms contribute to issues, but also responses to those symptoms by non or ADHD partners. And so you'll see the same kind of stresses, but sometimes on steroids. So for example, financial stresses, can be a very we're about to go, I think, into a pretty difficult time financially for many people. And
Mhm.
statistically, people who have ADHD are more likely to lose their jobs for a variety of reasons. And I have
Yeah.
a family member who recently got downsized as well, though she's still
Yes.
working. And that can be particularly complicated for couples in part because looking for another job is a very executive function heavy task. And so it can be really hard. Also, people with ADHD may have issues around feeling like they're imposters or feeling shame about having lost their jobs or something. And that makes a job search more complicated as well. They may not be as ready or eager to reach out to the connections that they have to be able to find a job. And that is the best way to find a job. That's a complicated thing. And then there are also emotional issues in difficult times. So, one of the core characteristics for adults with ADHD is emotional lability or big emotions and not so great breaks on those emotions. And that includes things like anxiety, which would be pumped up during difficult times, depression, sometimes other kinds of emotions. And so, if you are unaware of ADHD, you may not recognize that's part of the ADHD rather than suddenly your relationship is falling apart or something
Mhm.
like that. It helps to understand that ADHD may be at play there. And then what you do about it, which we can talk about in a moment, but using ADHD friendly ways to address it. And then there are other issues that stress hurts, things like libido can be a big issue in
Mhm.
downtimes, hopelessness. And if couples are feeling if they're in deeply in the ADHD, what I call the parent-child dynamic, which means one person is over functioning and one person is under functioning,
Mhm.
that can lead to feelings of hopelessness and resentment and the pressures of being in a down economic and difficult emotional time where you don't feel like there's a strong sense of community support that you can go out to. All of that can make things worse. It can be a tough time. It can also be a time of connection as well.